Tonight, through the use of the sports machine, just when you thought the Chiefs were dead, they scalped the Packers. Evander Holyfield, the new champion, talks about his gigantic upset of Mike Tyson. Juwan Howard, NBA multimillionaire, on going from the projects to superstardom. I'm George Michael. What an amazing day in NASCAR for the Labonte brothers. Those stories tonight on the Sports Machine. You know, for a minute, folks, I thought this was going to be deja vu all over again. Cowboys' Troy Aikman, who had thrown a late-game interception last week and the Cowboys lost to the Eagles, well, he threw an interception late in the fourth quarter again today. But this time, the Cowboys' defense comes to the rescue. Cowboys beat the Niners 20-17 in overtime, a heartbreaking loss for Elvis Grayback and the 49ers. We're in the second quarter. Speaking of tough, Steve Young, 49ers quarterback, he really gets hit hard and then thrown down hard by Broderick Thomas of the Cowboys. It wasn't as much the hit as it was the going down. Steve Young would get up. He would stay in the game. He got hit again. Then he had to leave, suffering another concussion. He tries to shake off the cobwebs here. And there's just no way. That would be the end of the day and a couple of more plays for Steve Young. Meanwhile, the 49ers were leading 17-10. Elvis Grayback picked off by Fred Strickland. An ill-advised pass, the kind that you just don't expect Elvis to throw. And if you're George Seifert, you're saying, man, I just didn't think that would happen. 8 plays later, after the interception, Troy Aikman making the most of the Cowboys' opportunity to Eric Bjornsson behind Lee Woodall, ties the game. The Cowboys go on to win 20-17 in overtime. Cowboys 6-4, right back in it, and they feel good tonight.
I feel like it ran the whole field today. I'm serious. You know, a lot of people kind of doubted, and we came into the game with the good intentions. Early on, we fell behind early in the game, but you know, the huddle kept saying, "We believe."
Well, the way I look at it, I lost the game for the team, and it's hard to accept. I didn't prepare myself like I should have. I wasn't ready, and that's my entire fault. And like I said, I lost this game for this team.
Elvis Grayback, 49ers quarterback, in defeat. Evander Holyfield shocks everyone but himself. And tonight's U.S. Army trivia question, who is the oldest active player in the NFL?
When I say facts, report to me by 5, I mean 5.
You can kiss that promotion goodbye, Shorty.
Your accountant's on line 1. The audit's next Tuesday.
Your wife's on 2, and where's the dry cleaning?
Yeah, where's the dry cleaning?
Life getting a bit overwhelming? Try the simple thrill of an Accord Coupe from Honda.
There are a lot of questions in life, but here's the biggie. How do you act responsibly on the outside and still have fun on the inside? You got it. Double Mint. Because when you put that legendary one-of-a-kind taste in your face, you feel good. Really, really good. So while outside, you're all business. Inside, you're doing the Watusi. And nobody has to know. Nobody. So double your fun with Double Mint Gum. In this adult world, it's the fun part.
Good eye, Uncle. Need a lift?
Nice car, kid. It's my Subaru Outback Sport.
Another Outback.
Same all-wheel drive traction as yours. Better gas mileage than the Cherokee Sport.
That's fine, but can she...
Alcorn or RAV4? No problem.
Smart boy. Must run in the family.
Outback Sport. The newest Outback from Subaru.
Green Bay Packers were riding a 5-game winning streak. The Kansas City Chiefs were struggling. But anytime you go to Arrowhead, you know you're going to have yourself a lot of trouble. Green Bay's top-rated defense gets picked apart by the Kansas City Chiefs in a big win for Kansas City. Let me take you to Arrowhead. The Chiefs fans, they just know how to make their point. Playing in Arrowhead is hazardous for a winning streak. Now, this is special teams coverage at its best. The Packers' Travis Jervey is double-teamed by Mark Collins and Reggie Tongue. You don't think they were determined to keep him from going down and getting a kick return, man, do you? Second quarter of the game, the Chiefs are leading 13-3. You're looking at Steve Bono, quarterback. Steve Bono for Greg Hill. Greg Hill will take this in full flight up the left sideline. 34-yard touchdown. The Chiefs build a 20-3 lead. Hey, Greg Hill had himself a heck of a football game. Greg Hill will go up the middle. Watch him break tackles and bounce off would-be tacklers. He'll break a tackle there. He will break another one there and now bounce right off of Tyrone Williams. 24 yards for Hill. The Chiefs hand the Packers only their second loss of the year, 27-20. What a difference a coach makes. What a difference. Cincinnati Bengals coach Bruce Coslett, who took over for Dave Shula, becomes the first Bengals coach ever to win his first 3 games as the Bengals shocked the Steelers 34-24. Win snaps the Steelers' 5-game winning streak. We're in Riverfront Stadium where these Bengals now have legitimate teeth late in the first half of the game. The Bengals trail 17-10. The half's about to run off. The kick to David Dunn, the second-year man from Fresno State. He goes 90 yards. Nobody going to get him. He flies for 90. The half would end tied 17-17, and no one even noticed that it was snowing because everybody with the Bengals is feeling good. Instead of going in at the half down by 7, they were all tied. Now we're in the third quarter. Bengals again trailing 24-17. The pitch to Eric Bieniemy, who gets a great block from Willie Anderson. A great block from Anderson. He breaks 2 tackles, 33-yard touchdown. All tied, 24-24. It stays tied, 24 all. Till we're in the fourth quarter when Jeff Blake will go to Kajana Carter. Carter takes the pass, a couple of good moves, 12-yard touchdown. Carter with 2 touchdowns. He will quickly go over to give the ball to his mom as the Bengals upset the Steelers 34-24. Bruce Coslett, by the way, becomes the first Bengals coach to win his first 3 games. Better get rid of that word interim on Bruce Coslett. Wildest game of the day. Quarterback Boomer Esiason overcame 4 interceptions. He passed for 522 yards. That's the 3rd best passing day in NFL history. Cardinals beat the Redskins 37-34. You had to see it to believe it. At RFK Stadium, second quarter, game tied 3-3. Fullback Mark Logan explodes up the middle. 36-yard touchdown, his longest run of the year. Make it 10-3. The Redskins were on top. Still in the second quarter of the game, the Cardinals are trailing 10-6. Number 7 in the center of your screen is quarterback Boomer Esiason. Throws for Mark Dowdle up the sideline. He goes 64 yards. Cardinals go up 13-10. But then the Redskins would build a 14 lead. Then bound to a 7-point lead. Cardinals trail 34-27. Boomer Esiason looking for Anthony Edwards all the way. Anthony Edwards breaks wide open. 12-yard touchdown near the end of the game that tied it all 34-34 and put the game into overtime. Boomer Esiason, 522 yards passing. That's the 3rd most in NFL history. The most ever versus the Redskins were in overtime. Kevin Butler, who had missed twice already in overtime. He had already missed twice. This time, he hits a game-winning 32-yard field goal. The Cardinals come from behind, beat the Redskins 37-34. Here's the answer to tonight's U.S. Army trivia question. Who's the oldest active player in the NFL? And the answer is 40-year-old linebacker Clay Matthews of the Falcons.
This is for my grandfather, who always said I'd make the family proud. For my mom, who never let me out the door without my homework. For my dad, who worked the night shift to make our lives better.
Play 3 Alpha. Spotty.
For myself. For my future.
If more top mechanics use one motor oil over any other brand in their own cars and trucks, maybe it's time you changed your oil. Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics.
There are hundreds of muscles in the back. Any one can put you in agony. That's when you need Dones. Dones is effective back pain medicine. It works to relieve back pain no matter where it hurts. For all the muscles in your back, get Dones, the back pain medicine.
This is your chocolate zone. Indulge it, because now there's sweet escapes. Real Hershey's chocolate with less fat. Sweet escapes, new from Hershey.
Is your dandruff sending the wrong signals? Get Selsun Power. Doctors recommend Selsun Blue #1, so don't send the wrong signals. Get Selsun Power.
Where can you find a beautiful oak dining set for as little as $449?
Right now at Walker's Furniture during their legendary $3 million sell down. Walker's is severely overstocked with top name brand furniture, and truckloads are arriving daily, like this Richardson Brothers #1 selling solid oak dining set with self-storing leaves 40% off, or Thornwood's best-selling queen size peer group, only $699.
If you've ever wanted quality furniture at a great price, now is the time during Walker's Furniture $3 million sell down.
More and more people are interested in the way Washington's forests are managed. At Boise Cascade, we don't export logs, and for us, clear cutting is a last resort, used only when trees have been killed or damaged by wildfire, insects, or disease. And we've launched major environmental studies. Near the Teanaway River, we're learning more about the role of our company's forests in the larger ecosystem. What we're learning and practicing today will benefit the forests for generations to come. Boise Cascade. We care for our forests naturally.
Comeback victory of the day has to go to the New England Patriots, who rallied from a 21-point deficit, beat the Jets, and the Patriots get their 4th in a row. Let me take you to the Meadowlands. First quarter, no score. That's Jets quarterback Frank Reich looking for Jeff Graham all the way. Graham with an excellent fingertip catch, 26-yard touchdown. The Jets jumped off to a 21-0 lead. But by the 4th quarter, the Patriots are trailing 27-24. Drew Bledsoe will throw for Keith Byers. Byers comes right into your screen. Fine reception in the end zone. Patriots get their 4th in a row, beating Rich Kotite and the Jets 31-27. In Philadelphia, some will call it a shocker. The Eagles are in punt formation. Tom Hutton of the Eagles is the man who's blacked to punt, but he won't see Gabe Northern until it's too late. Here comes Gabe Northern, who comes in from the outside in a clean block. Then the pretty part of all, Gabe Northern is able to pick that football up, and Babe says, I know where the end zone is. Gabe goes all the way for the touchdown. The Bills upset the Eagles 24-17. The Bills with big wins back-to-back over NFC East opponents. In Denver, the Broncos have the best record in football at 9-1. Everybody and their dog loves the Broncos. First quarter, Broncos trailing 3-0, but not for long. John Elway for Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp, touchdown. The Bears fall to the Broncos 17-12. Broncos at 9-1 on the year. Meanwhile, in St. Louis, the Falcons and the Rams had a wild, wild game. This is the Rams' Eddie Kinnison. He'll take a punt at his own 22-yard line. He'll weave his way past 2 blockers there. Then he gets a good shot there. Nice block. Oh, and now we're ready to fly. Eddie Kinnison is off to the races. He'll go 78 yards. The Rams over the Falcons, 59-16. Most Rams points since 1976. In Tampa Bay, you're looking at the Raiders quarterback, Jeff Hostetler. Hostetler, he pitches to Harvey Williams. It's the halfback option to James Jett. 18-yard touchdown. Game would be tied 17-17 as we came to the end of regulation time. Put it in overtime. Tampa Bay Buccaneers field goal kicker Michael Husted lines up for a 23-yard game-winning field goal. Michael Husted takes the suspense away as the Buccaneers edge the Raiders 20-17 in overtime. That's Dan Marino, who goes over 50,000 yards for his career. Of course, that's the most of any quarterback ever. Third quarter. Marino, who goes over 50,000 yards for his career. Of course, that's the most of any quarterback ever. Third quarter. Marino looking for Fred Barnett. Marino steps up, throws to Barnett, a leaping catch in the end zone. 2 touchdowns on the game for Fred Barnett. 3 touchdown passes for Dan Marino. The Dolphins beat the Colts. The Colts have now lost 5 of their last 6. 37-13, Dolphins victory. In New Orleans, Don King has a new challenger. You guys like the looks of this guy? I don't think he could go. Well, anyway, he's probably a surgeon in real life, right? First quarter of the game, no score. Chris Chandler, Houston Oilers quarterback. He fumbles this snap, but then has a great recovery. Snap, fumble, pick it up, friendly bounce, turns around, looks, says, oh, there's Chris Sanders. Sanders makes the weave, gets 42 yards for the touchdown. The Houston Oilers beat the New Orleans Saints 31-14. Meanwhile, in Jacksonville, what a ball game turned in by the Jaguars. Just 41 seconds to go. The Jaguars trail the Baltimore Ravens 27-22. Number 8 is Mark Brunell, the quarterback. It's a quarterback keeper. He gets outside, and then he knows it's touchdown. Quarterback bootleg for the game-winning touchdown. Jaguars beat the Ravens 30-27.